أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله حبيبنا وشفيعنا يوم الزحام محمد بن عبد الله وآله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, wherever you are, I greet you with the greeting word of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our topic today are cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, including Bitcoin, Halal. For some time, many brothers and sisters have been asking me about this issue. Is it permissible? Is it halal to deal with digital currencies, means cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, or not from the Sharia perspective? Actually, I tried not to delve into this topic, which is considered one of the new developments of our time. In Arabic, we say it is min al-mustajaddat, min al-nawazil, which needs fiqh al-nawazil, because it did not exist in past eras. However, due to the repeated questions from my brothers and sisters, I decided to mention the trends, the opinion of the contemporary scholars on the topic, but briefly. Then leave the decision to you to choose the opinion that you feel comfortable with on this important subject. My brother, my sister in Islam, it is important to know that still there are different opinions among the contemporary scholars on the digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, whether it's halal, lawful, or unlawful, haram to trade in it, to deal with it like any other currency. So there are three opinions among the contemporary scholars regarding this issue. The first opinion, they say to refrain from delving into it until its full picture becomes clear. The second opinion, they said it is not permissible to deal with it, means it's haram. The third opinion, they said it is permissible to deal with it, means it's halal. The argument of those who say to refrain, not to say anything, to refrain from delving into it until its full picture becomes clear, is that cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, including Bitcoin, are surrounded by many mysteries, problems, risks, fears, etc. Therefore, they choose not to advise people to invest in it, to deal with it, until its truth is revealed and who is behind it is known. And so far, according to them, they have not found out from the reality of the digital currency, cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin situation, what will allow them to issue a Sharia ruling about it, to issue a Sharia fatwa about it. As for those who said it is forbidden to deal with it, it is haram, among their argument is that in Islam, money is anything that has value, and ideally this value should not fluctuate quickly. In fact, exchanging currencies according to Sharia means exchanging things of similar value. However, these cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, involves deception, extreme volatility due to lack of regulation, and limited participation from major financial institutions, from major banks and wealth managers. They also said it involves big swing in the prices, etc. Therefore, they don't accept it because it does not meet the elements of currencies or the conditions of money. This is their argument. It involves deception, extreme volatility, lack of regulation and limited participation from major banks, etc. What about those who said it is permissible to deal with it? Among their argument is that it is permissible to deal with it because it has become a currency like any other currencies. Means it is an acceptable form of a currency, but it is of a special type and has certain characteristics. And the characteristics of money apply to it, such as being a medium of exchange, a measure of goods, and a wealth saving, etc. And these are the most important, most prominent characteristics of money. Also, they said people in different countries have agreed to accept it as a currency, but of course, of a special type, even to the extent that some countries officially recognize it. So Bitcoin is halal because it represents value that people accept. It is available in stock markets and is used as a tool for transactions between individuals and companies. So as long as currency is legal in a country, Islam accepts it as well. And they also said the basic principle regarding things is permissibility in Sharia, unless there is a clear evidence from the Quran or the authentic Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to prohibit it. And there is no explicit evidence to prohibit dealing with digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, etc. Transactions. They even mentioned that Imam Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, said if people were accustomed to dealing with each other in hides means animal skin, as money, I would hate for hides to be sold for paper on credit, means on deferred payment, so that it will take on the ruling of currency, means sale of currency. As for the argument of those who said it is not permissible to deal with it, especially it has, big swing in the prices, volatility, and disparity. They said these things also exist in other currencies and in stocks as well. And they involve very great risk, uncertainties. However, people are allowed to deal with such currencies. So the argument of those who said digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, are not halal on this basis is not as strong to prohibit dealing in these currencies. This is their answer to those who said it's not permissible to deal with it. They said the issue of big swing in the prices, volatility, disparity, they said this also exists in other currencies and in stock markets and in stocks as well. And they involve very great, uncertainty, very great, risk. But people are allowed to deal with it. They are allowed to deal with such currencies. So the argument of saying it is not permissible from Sharia perspective on this basis is not a strong reason to prohibit, dealing in these currencies. My brother, my sisters, Islam, my recommendation on this issue is that for those scholars who approve it and those who refrain from giving an opinion on it and those who do not approve it, and all of us should understand that these digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, are new instruments, min al-mustajaddat, min al-nawazil, and they need to be researched and understood before giving a final fatwa, which should be issued, in my view, through the recognized, fiqh academies in the Islamic world. Remember that many countries in the world allow, as I mentioned earlier, allow it and deal with it. But the main problem and concerns about these digital currencies from the Sharia perspective is that they have no guarantor, no issuing authority that people can resort to in the event of any problem. What is the source of these currencies in the event of their loss? What is their financial cover? Who guarantees these currencies? All these questions have not been answered by digital currencies yet. And if they are answered, these digital currencies will become permissible from the Sharia perspective without having different opinions from the contemporary scholars. So if there is a guarantor for digital currencies, such as central banks, etc., then there is no harm in dealing with them, because currencies, whether regular or digital, do not constitute a problem in Islamic law, in Sharia, and are not a reason for prohibition in and of themselves. Rather, the prohibition is due to the lack of guarantor and cover, like to be covered, under the gold, or to be under the cover of gold. Then there will be no problems. But this is what encrypted digital currencies lack. No such things. Whatever be the case, my brother and sister in Islam, let us give our esteemed scholars time to get a grip of these new digital currencies class with their research and understanding in order to guide us until the final ruling is issued by the recognized fiqh academies in the Islamic world, as I mentioned earlier. And with your knowledge now of the three scholars' opinion on it and their arguments, I will say the matter is left to you to judge according to your conviction on the issue based on the three opinions of the scholars that I mentioned earlier. I hope it is clear, inshallah ta'ala. Ya Allah the Almighty, our success is not but through you. Upon you we have relied, and to you we return. We ask you for beneficial knowledge and a good halal provision and actions which are accepted, and protect us from non-halal provision. هذا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا والحمد لله رب العالمين.